Let's ride! If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Hello and welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council podcast. And yes, 1000% it's my fault we're late tonight, so I apologize. 1000% my fault. And big shout out to Hargeet for putting up with me. So anyway, now, you know, work and everything kind of makes you run a little behind when you're on call, so I apologize for that. But we're here. We're live. Hargeet is the savior of the episode again. It's true. It's true. It's true. And right now we're guestless. So as far as an extra guest, but I think we'll do just fine. And big shout out to FARK QUE. Ben, thank you again for the wonderful imagery that we have. That was the start of the show, not the actual thumbnail, but this was the spoof of the thumbnail. I'm going to go ahead and pull it back up again because it's pretty good there. It's Holly is Lucinda, whatever her name is, but that's that blue number, and then Hargeet. Is that a gun in your pocket? You're just happy to see me. All right, there you go. Hargeet.
Oh,
alrighty then. Welcome out to the show, folks. Oh my goodness, we have over 70 people watching us live. We do appreciate you joining us again. Apologies for being a little late by about 15-20 minutes. That was my fault. So anyway, no, Dave, show the first one. It's funny. All right then. So yeah, no, he didn't. I'm not showing the first one, FARK QUE. Nope, not happening. No. Let's just say, FARK QUE, that it wasn't Holly that was depicted in the first one he sent me. It was me.
Yikes!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, so FARK QUE, so funny. Ha. So exactly. It's so funny until somebody gets hurt. Tony from the Plume Network hanging out with us in the chat. Yay, Tony! It's good seeing you. Tony, we'll have to have you back on, man. Love to have you on. Anytime you want to join us, let me know. Send you a link. No, I'm just kidding. We Adidas. Look at that. There we go. We'll let you get that out of the way, Hargeet, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Adidas, $2. Salute
to you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Wow. All right, so I'm rambling. I'm going to quit rambling. Hargeet, it's been a week. It's been a week. But what we said, it's to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs, something like that. Yeah. And we have a member chat if you want to read that one.
All right, it's me, the Broke Boy, member for 16 months. Are you going to cover this third-party hold on Game Pass? What third party hold? I'm not sure of that one, but okay. Is there some news about that?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about on that, my friend. If you want to send me what you're talking about. I don't know anything about a third party hold. Nope, have not. There's a lot of rumors and stuff going out there. A lot of ponies are stirring up a lot of bullshit. I'll tell you that right now. That's it's started to piss a lot of people off because a lot of things have people debunking some things that have slanderous because they don't have any games, so they're trying to trick everything. If you listen to a pony, you'd think the Grand Theft Auto was only coming out for PlayStation. Wrong. It's not only coming out for PlayStation. It's coming out for the Xbox. So
I don't know how true this is, but so it's Ecstasies.
mm-hmm.
Multiple independent developers have confirmed during the B2B first playable trade show in Italy that Xbox has completely frozen the signing of new deals for Game Pass. The commercial paralysis on the subscription platform exposes an immediate change of course. Offers that were already in early negotiation phases to include certain games in Game Pass have been abruptly pulled by the company. Contracts with third-party companies are totally on hold. Developers point to the new leadership having ordered this blockade while it reorganizes its entire business strategy. Okay.
I mean, it does sound like he's on a different mic. It does. But you've only got one mic in your room, right? You don't have another mic, right?
Hold on. It could be. Let me just make sure everything is copacetic. Let's see. Settings. Nope, you're right. It is using. How about now? Better?
Oh, so much better. Yeah. When we were in the green room, I was thinking, man, is it me? Is it Ari? Is it? Yeah. So there you go. Good.
Yeah. No, I was using my webcam for some reason, but yeah.
Sometimes it does happen. Day Reezy, good catch, my friend. Good catch. You get a Shaun sound effect for that.
Yes. All right.
Let's see. Yeah, it's, like Plume said, it's could possibly be just a made up rumor. It could be, and it could be one thing, but somebody's interpreting it something totally different because she is definitely looking at the different avenues and different streams and how things are, how things work on a starship, as it were, to make sure that everything's going to be, positive going forward for Microsoft and Xbox to continue to grow the brand. So there may be some tweaks and some changes, but that it's not everything is doom and gloom as some other people would like you to think, or the headlines that catch attention, that it could also be, could be the case. But I don't know. I just, we'll see. Well, we know there's some changes, and they even said the next 100 days are going to be tough. Because it's some decisions that they're going to make, and that's just it's the way it is. We didn't get in this predicament, I should say, for Xbox. Didn't get there overnight, and you can't get out of it overnight. Am I right, Hargeet? I mean, it's going to take some time for them to get their way through it, and with all the changes and things that quote unquote need to be done. The big thing is we, as the consumer, looking outside, looking in, we don't know everything that's done because obviously they don't want everything. No corporation wants everybody to know what's going on behind the scenes. That's not the way business works. So if there's big changes, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, like, what moves the needle if you wanted to have somebody join, this service? Is it probably, look, there are people like me that like just a whole bunch of games. That's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are other people who are like, well, if I want to subscribe, I want some big games in there, right? And recognizable names, right? And so if you're going to do that, maybe her focus is going to be, instead of 75 games, you get like 30, but those 30 will be games that you will recognize. Okay, let's give her a chance, right? I'll just give her a chance. Obviously where they were was kind of stagnating, right? That's just a fact. It was stagnating. They were saying it wasn't growing. Okay, and if you want to grow beyond that, she's done several things that seem to be interesting, right? Discord, potentially a Netflix thing that should increase your consumer base, and then changing what's in there, the mix of what you get. Pulling Call of Duty, which that's a discussion on its own, but And hopefully that's the end, but we'll see. But there's a potential to say, hey, we can leverage third parties and take some of their bigger games and bring them into the service, and maybe that makes it more marquee, and some people will want it then, right? But well, let's wait and see. Let's see if she's like, no, where we are is fine. Maybe that's just the way it ends up. Or they say, you know what, let's pull the funds from smaller games, maybe do some strategic ones that we think are going to hit big, and then let's try to get bigger known quantity items, right? Let's say they try to vie for one of the big sports games and say, you know what, let's try that day and date. How much is that going to cost you? Oh, okay, it's going to cost $100 million, something ridiculous, right? Okay, let's try it, right, and see what happens. But that means that's that many smaller games that won't happen, right? And maybe that's okay. Maybe that's a better deal as far as attracting customers. I don't know, right? But that might be just something that they're trying to throw around and say, how do we get there? Is it possible that we could, change the mix and it attracts more customers because they're like, oh, but you had that one. Oh, you had that too. And you had that too. And you had that too. Like, oh, maybe I do want to be on this subscription service, right? Cool. Right. Fair enough. Let's see what she does with it. There is like the glass half empty of like, oh, they're taking away everything. It's going to, or there's the glass half full of like, maybe they're just going to change it to something that's more appealing to a wider audience. And maybe that will attract more customers. We'll see. I don't know. Right. We'll see. If I talk to certain players, they're like, well, unless you have games that I want to buy, say like Crimson Desert, right? You say that would come in day and date. Something of that stature. I don't think a GTA or something, that's never happening. Like, that would be ridiculous, right? But there are other games out there, and you could say, hey, let's try to bring them in, and that might be more attractive overall, right? I think it's interesting to have the Sega games come in. Persona 6 day and date, that's a pretty fantastic deal. You got Stranger Than Heaven, the new Yakuza game, that's pretty cool, right? But again, are there other things like that where they could bring in a big known IP, a known property, and say, let's bring that in and attract more customers by saying, hey, that's also day and date in our service, right? Cool. Well, let's just see where they go with it, right? I don't know. I understand this is a reset, right? So there's going to be some growing pains, as it were. Yeah. You're going to hear a lot of things are just changing. But look, that's what you have to do. You have to say, stop. Let's reevaluate where we were and where we're going, and then make those changes to get to the point they want to get to. There's going to be a lot of that. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is with leadership changes. Things change. That's just how it goes. So,
yeah. And obviously, things needed to change.
Yes.
So that's the key.
WebDave gifts 5 WebDave memberships.
Well, want to get the party started a little bit. There you go. And Holly, that blue number has joined us in the chat as well, which is good to see her. Holly, have you seen the picture that FARK QUE did? Holly, if you haven't, take a look at the screen, Holly, and I will show it to you right now. This is our friend, and I'm throwing him under the bus. FARK QUE did this. Hey, FARK QUE. So there's our thumbnail, reimagined is what we like to call it. What picture? Oh, here we go. There we go. That's it. Look at that. It actually looks really good. It's like an awesome thumbnail. Yep. There you go. What do you think, Holly? She's laughing. Well, that's good. That's good. Hargeet's got a gun. All right, so there we go. You're not afraid to use it either, mister. Yeah. No, Dave's not showing the first one, FARK QUE. Stop it. Yeah, he wants me to show the first one, Hargeet. I don't think I should show it.
No,
you don't. No. There we go. Good call. All right, so go ahead. I'll let you read that.
How's it going? Would be dumb to cut Game Pass when you can't sell consoles, even with Forza Horizon 6 and posted the worst month ever for Xbox sales. Now consoles are facing shortages and they're even more money. Yes, well, but I don't think they're gonna I don't know. Let's let them play it out and let's see what they do. Right? We don't know what it's gonna look like.
Yeah, it's true. It's very I don't know. It's like I said, there's a lot of rumors and speculation, and a lot of people are running with all kinds of stuff. And some of it may be quote unquote breaking news, but not all of it's real news. That's the unfortunate thing. All right, so Hargeet, as we head on through now, well, let's welcome Mac, Fargu, Dayreezy, BT Maverick, so many great members of the community here. We appreciate you, each and every one of you hanging out. Like I said, Tony from the Plume Network is here. Holly, that blue number. I'm jealous of Holly's computer setup. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not, man, but it's so awesome. Hopefully she's going to be showing it off here pretty soon. Sent me a little clip the other day of it, and it looks so awesome. The burnt peanut, that she actually won that, and it's very nice setup, but it's customized. I think it's very limited, maybe just a couple of them. So anyway, all right, so let's talk about this article, Hargeet, and go from there.
All right, GTA 6, the big phenomenon that's going to destroy all gaming. They finally put out their pricing officially, and it's officially $80. It's but not really. This is an interesting one because they actually are doing something else that's pretty crazy. So they have the normal edition at $80, but the real edition, they call it the Ultimate Edition, but the real edition is $100.
Yeah,
because they're locking actual game content, not like little costumes and so. No. Actual game content will only be available if you have the $100 version. Yeah, I has that happened before, where like you have to pay for the higher edition to get like in game the actual content you already bought, but you can't play? I don't know. Maybe it has happened, but it just seems kind of weird, right? I understand DLC, future DLC, you get something better, fine. You get like, microtransaction packs. I get all that, fair enough, right? But here they're saying, no, there's stuff you just won't be able to do because you haven't bought the Ultimate Edition. It's like, hold on a second. Okay, that's pretty nuts. But okay. That's an interesting one. So essentially, to me, this is $100 game that they gave you a cheapy version if you really can't pay the $100. I'm curious how many people buy the $80 version and how many buy the $100. And I believe like if you buy the physical, which isn't physical, it's only the $80 version. I don't know why, but whatever. But the physical version is just a digital code. In a case, so you're buying a case that you can put on a shelf that has absolutely nothing in it except a digital code that you're just gonna put in as a redeem, and it's a digital purchase anyway.
Yeah,
great. Yeah, so interesting. Apparently it is selling. People are buying.
Yeah,
people are pre-ordering, so things are happening. Yeah. Stuff's going on.
there's a lot of that. So basically the pre-order edition, I guess, or I should say, the lesser edition doesn't give you access to like certain hair salons, body shops, gun shops in the game. There are stuff that is available, but apparently some of the stuff that's there is if you like, I guess I assume, because we actually haven't seen gameplay yet, which is another weird thing, that you a lot of screenshots, about 60 or 70 screenshots, tattoo parlors, there you go, maybe there'll be a closed sign or open later, or if you want this content, please send a check to what are you reading there?
Made a bill already. Jeez.
Yeah. That's a lot of cash.
By the time this thing comes out, several billion will be made.
Yeah. Which
then it also costs a lot to make, right? So
right.
But they'll get their money back within the first week.
Yeah. click that one that me the broke boy put up. It's me the broke boy.
Which one? This one?
I'm the next to the bottom. Yeah. A sign on the door.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's literally what's going to happen, right? They're just going to say, or it's going to be a facade that you can't do anything with because you don't have the code to have the Ultimate Edition. It'd be worse if it says, click, oh, would you like to go here? It'll be $20. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the next
past him though.
Yeah, the next comment right after that one is a good one. So
pre-ordering a digital game not out until November is the most retarded thing.
I mean, I know you want to get in on it. I'm with you. I'm gonna pre-order it, but I haven't done it yet. And you know why, Hargeet? Because I'm maybe a month or so away from having my reward points to be to $100. And once they hit to 100, right? Because I was like at 70, I get like 75,000 reward points or whatever, and I'm going to use that and pay off this motherfucker. Why not, right? So,
sure. Wow, you finally just finished BioShock 2. Wow,
nice.
Play Infinite. Wow,
very cool. Very
what
cool.
a series.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. It's awesome. FARK QUE, you need to be farming me some stuff. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Actually, FARK QUE, Ben has been very, very helpful, helping me get a lot of stuff in Arc Raiders, which I thank you for that. Thank you. Well, was there something else you were pulling up? I didn't see it.
Oh, it's just FARK QUE saying I'll pre-order it closer to the release date. No point doing it now.
Oh yeah, yep. $100 for an empty case. Yeah, that's true. That's true too. Yep. Yeah, crazy. So my thoughts on this are, I mean, we knew it was going to be expensive. They have set themselves up to where this is going to be an extremely high demand game. And so is it unexpected? I mean, I don't think it's unexpected. I think there's some aspects of it that are unexpected, like the physical copies, and I guess there's just the two levels right now, right? There isn't a third or fourth level, like a big mega collection with
a collector's edition. Yeah, I haven't heard anything. It's just these two that I'm aware of. But by the way, FARK QUE says I've got more stuff to give you in Arc Raiders. Hit me up whenever you want.
Cool. Maybe I'll hit you up tomorrow. That'd be good. I'm just messing with you, man. But thank you. Thanks, buddy. Shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they don't have a collector's edition. I think people would have actually bought that. But okay, like it's interesting because that you could at least say, oh, then I want to get in on it or something like that, right? Because that'll probably go away. There's probably only so many of those.
Yeah.
I'm assuming with physical stuff, right? Some collector statue or whatever, something.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not doing that. That's an interesting choice. But hey, I guess whatever they want to do, they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea to do $80. I don't know why they would need to, but they're going to anyway. But hey, whatever. I don't know why the $100, but hey, whatever. Am I shocked? No, it's Take-Two.
Yeah,
it's what they do. How can they take more from your wallet? That's
but is it because they can? I mean, the demand for the game is that high. I mean,
they can, and and hopefully it'll go down soon enough. But I still think it's kind of annoying that they're doing it because now other publishers will say, well, they did it, why can't we? And
set a bad precedence. Yep.
Yeah, you'll have this sort of like pull towards going to $80, but even going to $70 has hurt a lot of games. I don't know that this is a good idea. I could see Call of Duty pulling it off because it's Call of Duty. But most games aren't going to pull it off and do well. Hopefully they see numbers and see that it's not a good idea. But would I put it past certain publishers to do it? No. We've already seen Nintendo do it with Mario Kart World, whatever they decided to charge $80 for that. But then bundled it in, right, for $50 extra. So if you wanted to buy the console with it. But still, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like that.
I don't either. I mean, I agree with you. The price is too high.
Yeah.
But I'm not surprised by it. That's the thing.
Because they can get away with it. Yeah. I'm wondering if, NBA 2K will then be $80, right? Because Take-Two, right? They're gonna say, hey, well, we charge that over there. Why don't we charge this over here? Like, okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Maybe a collector's edition could be like a set of those Uzis like he has. You know what I'm saying? Just like setting out in display
007, right?
case.
They have a collectors for 007
Yeah.
that had like a gun case with a gun, right? So yeah, I mean, they could do that. Certainly, plenty of potentials for a GTA collectible, but I'm surprised they aren't doing it. Maybe they'll just have aftermarket stuff that you can go buy. I'm sure they will. But
yeah, maybe, but maybe that's it's pretty crazy. So let's see. Do we want to go to the story about the disparaging data? Let's
let's go.
let's go to that, because some people were touting that or there's even some sites saying, well, they sold out. It's like, how can you sell out of something that's digital? That seems weird. So yeah, let's
I agree. NBA 2K should be a $30 yearly roster update. I agree.
Yeah. Dude. I mean, I remember when was it? 2K came out and the price was so super low, like $20, and they sold a shit ton of copies, and it was a great game. And yeah, so who knows? Maybe they need to do that again. I don't know. Sell more for a lesser price, and in the long run, you're going to make a lot more money. Maybe. All right, so I'll let you read the top part of this article here, and we'll go from there.
All right, so there was a rumor of massive sales gaps from Xbox versus PlayStation. This doesn't represent pre-order data. Xbox disputes reports of PS5 crushing GTA 6 pre-order demand. So you can kind of scroll down and we'll read through it. Amongst what feels like a deluge of bad news for Xbox right now, from console price rises and threatened studio closures, it seems GTA 6 pre-order sales data has become the next battleground for which fans of publications are using to stick the knife in. There's a particular social media post right now being shared from IGN stating that based on their affiliate data, PlayStation is outperforming Xbox on GTA 6 pre-orders by a rate of 8-1. Now, I'll point out it depends on which affiliate, because if you're saying in Japan it's 8-1, I'd be surprised if it was that low. I'd say it'd be like 20-1, right? If it's in Germany, 8-1 sounds about right, because they don't have any Xboxes, right? So it just depends on where you are. If you're in the US, I would expect that number to be quite even. I wouldn't expect it to be nearly that bad. But if you're in, one of these countries where Xbox is like, what's Xbox? Yeah, I would not be shocked if it's 8-1. I'd be surprised if it's 15-1 or 20-1 or 30-1, right? There's just areas where Xbox is non-existent. So if you're there, of course, that'd be totally valid. Okay, so Windows Central can confirm that we received a statement from an Xbox spokesperson on this matter. This doesn't represent pre-order data. We've had record orders. People should wait for real data and not clicks on affiliate links. So yeah, I mean, again, I would anecdotally, if you watch the Iron Lords podcast this afternoon, we had a Gaming Forte. Shout out to Gaming Forte.
Shout out to Gaming Forte.
He works at a GameStop, and
he does.
He was seeing a lot of orders for both. So people were coming in. They wanted to get the physical, even though he's like, it's just a digital. They're like, nope, I want the case. I just want the case. I'll put it on the shelf. It's like, okay, fine, fair enough.
Yep.
And so he's pre-ordered. He got pre-orders, and he would assume most people were ordering for PlayStation. No, it was pretty even. It was people coming in. They want on the Xbox. So he actually had to ask which platform, because there were enough orders for Xbox as well. So it's not like it's in this country, in the US, it's going to be a little closer. I wouldn't expect it to be anything more than, say, like the delta of number of consoles. I'd even be, I'd lean towards it might even be closer than that, because generally the people who are playing, that kind of game, do play on Xbox. So I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
if there are a lot of players on Xbox consoles that do want to play GTA. So again, I'm not, this doesn't shock me that in the US it would be pretty close. Outside the US, 8-1, 10-1, 15-1, 20-1 it would not shock me, right?
Right.
Because this Xbox is just not there, right? So, so you would certainly see from a market perspective, hey, there's that many more PlayStations, they're going to get the vast majority of sales. That would not shock me. So, you just have to put things in perspective. A lot of people just look at the numbers in like the UK and I'm like, yeah, but the UK has a very small percent of Xbox players versus PlayStation players. So why are you even bothering comparing that? You have to compare the total thing or the US market where Xbox actually has any foothold at all. So either way, whatever. I'm sure they're doing well enough. And I'm sure everybody's happy with the money they're making. It's just it. All that matters ultimately is, can you buy the game and play it? Yes. Is it running on the big controversy? It's not going to run the Series S. It's on the Series S too. So
Yep.
no problem. Play it on your Series S. No problem.
Right.
So it'll be there. People who want to play. And one of the next things, of course, is even with the new news of price increases, Xbox Series S is still the cheapest place to go play this game if you don't have one of these consoles. And it's about to get worse. So, and I would not be shocked, by the way, if this doesn't happen to the other side too. Nintendo is pretty increasing their price. I would not be shocked if the shoe drops that PlayStation also has to increase the price, because it's unsustainable what's happening in the market. It is what it is. I don't envy the position either of these platforms are in. We also have the Steam Machine stuff we'll talk about. But yeah, so apparently they're looking at something from somewhere, and Xbox is like, again, coming out and debunking things.
Yes.
Which the previous administration would have been like, silence.
Yes.
It is silence.
This is a big thing. It is big.
So there you go.
Yeah. So Hargeet, one of the things that you had said, and it was very true, that it's the perception based off the reporting. And why are we getting the reports? A lot of tweets, a lot of, that it's the 8-1, it's the 1,000-1, blah, blah, blah. Because it's the narrative that they want to push.
Yeah.
And why do they want to push it? Well, some people's, IGN, other companies, they seem to, they're catering to the people that they feel come to their site more and will spend more money to read more articles if they're based off of this particular topic from this particular angle. Am I right, or am I just grasping at straws? I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah, there is a unfortunate human tendency to gravitate towards things that are crazy or weird or negative, or so we just have this human tendency to gravitate towards those things. When things are normal, people pass it on. It's like, okay, that's just normal, I don't need to read that, right?
Yeah.
But it was like, somebody died in a weird truck accident with 30 people being injured. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, click. And then that, but not, truck delivered, 20 packages of blah 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 on time. Nobody cares, right? Because you just expect that. Right, you just expect that, right? That's a good news article, right? But nobody would read it, right? So it is what it is, right? We always want the oddity, the thing that looks odd and weird, and why did that happen or whatever, right? And when you pile on something, there's negativity. It works. Unfortunately, it works. People go at it, and it's just the way it is. It's sad, but it's human nature, and and ultimately, news is selling news. They need you to click, they need you to watch, they need you to read. It's just the way it is. So does it surprise me that this happens? No. But ultimately that's just the world they live in. Should that be more even-handed? Yes. However, there's a larger consumer base of people on the PlayStation or Nintendo platforms, and there's a smaller contingent on the Xbox platform. So they're like, who are we going to screw over? Oh, the smaller ones. Because then even if they get ticked off, we still have the other couple 100 million, right? they're still looking at it that way. Like, and it's fine. It is what it is. I don't know if this is going to ever go away. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but it's just the way it goes, right? So am I shocked that happens? No, right? Everybody's looking for a way to get that story immediately so they get the clicks, get the views, get the money. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, exactly. And it is I mean, it's a big story because it's like the biggest game available that's coming out. That it is, and that's just I don't know. People are going to buy this. Hargeet, are you thinking about getting this at all, or is this going to be a wait and see, or maybe later, or
GTA? No, I'm just going to wait for the PC version. I like
fair
as
enough.
you said, they have told us jack diddly about this game.
Yeah,
and people are already ordering. That's how big this stupid thing is because everybody now. There's part of me that's like, you charge $80. I hope nobody orders it. I hope everybody's like, screw you, Take-Two. I don't want to pay your $80. I'll wait for a sale, buddy. And they don't make any money. That would be the best scenario. It's not going to happen, of course, because everybody like a lemming is going to go and buy it. So fine, it is what it is. They've already made $1 billion apparently, and that'll be much more than that by the time this comes out. So unfortunately, it will work. It'll unfortunately work, right? That's the sad part about this. But what I have loved to see is like, where are the pre-orders? Nobody pre-ordered. That would be awesome, but that's not going to happen. And like you said, 3 billion, DJ Mark. Yeah, easily 3. I'm sure it'll be 3 billion by the time this thing comes out. It's just crazy how many people just keep ordering this stuff, but it is what it is. I will wait for the PC version, the complete version, whenever that comes out. And we'll see, right? So I'm in no rush to play this. So whatever.
Yeah. Big shout out to the over 209 people watching us live, Joe. Thank you all so much for being here. Please hit the like button if you're enjoying this content. We appreciate you greatly. I'll let you read that comment there. Ace.
Yeah, Xbox should have killed PlayStation marketing rights by dropping price on the series consoles. Do them dirty, then raise price. Yeah, do we know that they have the marketing? Is that confirmed? Do they have marketing right?
I don't know that either one of them have the marketing rights, or they probably wouldn't be able to do what they're doing. Now, there hasn't been any console packaging things yet that we're aware of.
Yeah, none of that either, right? So. But yeah, I guess the other part is the next thing, right? Which was plays best on. But anyways, let's keep going. What we're having.
Yeah, no. It's that is an interesting take. The so I think we got a couple of super chats. I'm gonna let you do that while I pull up this.
And then we have whatchamacallit, Ray, member for 11 months. And then we have
thank you, Ray.
It's me, the broke boy, $2. Tom Henderson is for his response to that. I'll leave the
yeah.
That's a nice word.
He understands. It's all right.
Viper, $5. There are already people purchasing via resellers on eBay for $120+. Sorry to break the hope you had, Argy. There was no chance that was going to happen. I know that, but I wish it were like that. People would actually hold their ground and say, no, I'm not paying $80. But that's not going to happen. People are going to buy it. It is what it is.
But what are they reselling? The plastic case?
The pre-order. I have no idea why, but yeah, people will do that. And
I mean, just go pre-order for yourself and save the money.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if there's like if it's already sold out or not. I don't know. I have no idea. Has the physical, the
plastic box
digital, is that already sold out? I have no idea, man. Is that like limited to certain stores or is that available everywhere?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure GameStop's got one. I'm sure Best Buy has. I'm sure Target, places like that do have
right
some
now
kind of
pre-order on Amazon. I can get it right now. Code in box. It's available right now. We'll check the PlayStation version. Yep, available as well. It's both available. I don't know. I don't know why people would be doing that instead of just going and getting it. I have no idea.
Yeah. So we wanted to talk about the supposed the the features. We'll get in that for a minute here. So, share this tab and bring this up. Which I think is actually, kind of makes sense. Well, let's read the top part, then I'll click on the image, bring it up full screen.
Sorry. All right.
Good.
Xbox will have the greatest capabilities being demonstrated on consoles for GTA 6. Don't talk about it, be about it. So the features are quick resume, yeah, obviously Dolby Vision, yeah, and Dolby Atmos, which apparently they still don't have that on PlayStation. That's kind of weird that they don't have those two normal things, but I know they kind of created their own little weirdo thing, and I want to say like one receiver or two receiver companies have actually implemented it or something like that. I don't know, but it's kind of odd that they haven't decided to just use standards, but they don't. But anyway, so the standard Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos that like everything else in the world uses, those are going to be available if you're using an Xbox. Native VRR, yeah, it's also an interesting one, right? Because the VRR on PlayStation is more of a software thing, and you kind of implement it within the game versus just the VRR on the console. I don't know, some oddities there. True RDNA 2, which, by the way, to be fair, if you're on the Pro, will have those, right? Because it'll have a full. I think they went further than 2. I think it's a little bit further than 2, right? So higher HDR range. Yeah, it's again a weird one. I just some of the choices they made on the PlayStation side were kind of odd, but it is what it is, right? And so you'll have the full HDR capabilities more so on the Xbox because it's actually just using standards, whereas everything on the PlayStation side is kind of sometimes there, sometimes not. It's like, okay, whatever. I would have figured it would be the opposite because everything here is software. That's what Microsoft does, but they're implementing the standard in hardware, and the hardware company, PlayStation, Sony, I would have thought would have been all standard and everything would have been hardware implemented because, it's what they do, but they didn't. So it is kind of odd that these features are kind of limited to here, but that's not a specific to GTA thing. That's just a specific to the console. And it's kind of just odd that they chose to do that. Hopefully that gets fixed in PS6 and they don't have this weirdo stuff that they're doing on their own. I'm assuming they didn't want to pay the licenses to Dolby. It's like, well, you're a licensing company yourself with Blu-ray and other things. Why do you not just want to pay the freaking licenses? But anyway, whatever. This is just the way they are. I don't quite understand that kind of crap because like ultimately it means that everybody else has to then work on your weirdo whatever thing you've created, and nobody took it up. I'm shocked nobody took it up because like who's going to? What's the value in that, right? So like instead of the standard that every movie uses, every streaming service uses, like, why would you not just adopt the standard? Anyway, whatever. But yeah, those features are going to be available, on the Xbox side. I think, to be fair, on the PlayStation side, they did work on features for the controller.
Yeah, the trigger haptics.
Yeah, and then they did try to utilize their weirdo 3D audio thingy that they have.
Spatial.
Something, whatever they call it. Yeah, they have their own audio weirdo thing that they've created. So they did try to leverage that as well. So if you do have the capability of using it, fair enough. You should be able to take advantage of that. But that's kind of the setup, right? Right here, it's just native standard Atmos that you'll just be able to use, native Dolby Vision that you'll just be able to use, right?
Yeah,
so,
which is extremely high quality, which is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So it also, they're saying here anyways, I don't know how true all this is, but the Series X utilizes exclusive system level features to deliver a smoother, visually superior gaming experience for titles like GTA 6 that the PlayStation 5 does not offer. Again, these are just things that we understand as part of the actual base platform. That's fair. And also, I don't know, because we don't know specs yet, if this is a 30 frame, a 40 frame, a 60 frame. We're hearing there's a performance mode on both sides.
Yeah.
A performance mode, which generally speaking, that usually entails higher frame rates. Don't know what that means here because, of course, they've told us jack diddly. as to what the game actually does. They just said, here it is, keep ordering, buddy. We won't even show you gameplay. But yeah, it would be nice to actually know what the heck it's doing, right? And, you know, before anybody claims that it's better on the Series X than a Pro, I would hopefully expect the Pro to be better. It's a more powerful machine. It costs more. I would expect it to be better. And I hope it is better. It makes sense for it to be better, but we will see, right? I would expect PS5 to Series X. There'll be a slight advantage on the Series X because, of course, it is slightly more powerful than a PS5, right? So fair enough. I'm sure we will see all the numbers at some point, but yeah. And now we're just into sort of some speculative stuff, some confirmed stuff, whatever, right? But I would rather just have them tell us. Just tell us at some point. They need to just tell us. I don't know if there's going to be a big powwow, some showcase or something where they're going to be like, and it's from Rockstar. I don't think anybody else is going to have this on their stage. This is just going to be Rockstar telling us, here's the game. Here's how it plays. Here's what it's like on the Pro. Here's what it's like on Series X. Blah, 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 blah. Here's the performance numbers, blah, right? We'll just get all that at some point. It's disappointing that they didn't just do that on the 25th. You know, here's the pre-orders, go buy. It's like, well, how about like tell us about the game? That would be nice. But this is the kind of game it is. That's why they can charge $80 and people line up for some dumb reason.
Exactly. Still haven't convinced you to buy one yet, huh? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
But you're gonna wait, and you know what? That's a smart thing to do. To be honest, you know, it is something we definitely should wait for.
Yikes.
Well, okay. What is this?
Yeah, Xbox should have paid $1 billion for 3 months of exclusive. They would have made it back with console and GTA sales. The problem with that, even if they could pull that off, is they don't have the consoles. They didn't pre-plan, and they're so expensive to make. It's tough to even get time from the fabs to go make this. If they were somehow able to stockpile like 20 million consoles, that'd be one thing. There's far more likelihood that Nintendo and Sony would have that kind of inventory than Xbox. It's just a reality of their planning. They just didn't plan for it, which is sad. But, you know, they might have a few million, maybe even 5. I don't know that they're going to have 20 million consoles sitting around for a game like this. This is my guess. I think they're trying everything they can. But reality is just reality. I would expect to see far more PS5s out there than I would Series X's. I understand the money, but there's a dual side to that, is they have to have the inventory as well, right? So that, I don't know, that it'd be awesome if they had pre-planned that and there wasn't a global AI bullshit freaking bubble that totally took away all the inventory of everything. But we're not in that world, and there's already 100 million or so PS5s out there, so that's going to be the majority console. And if it was a different world, I would say that would be awesome. There's another big game that could pull at this time. That's Call of Duty, which is also going to be current gen only, right? There's also, I think Madden is also current gen only this year, but it doesn't matter. There's no console like inventory. That's a major problem for them. We're lucking out though, WebDave. We get a free 25th anniversary.
We do.
$800 console.
Yeah.
We'll talk about in a bit. But yeah.
We actually will. We actually both. I think we both submitted our shipping forms. I know mine did on Friday already. So with putting in the address, FARK QUE, were you able to get your submitted? Holly, were you able to get yours submitted? I know there's a bunch of other people that are in chat that are actually there. BT Maverick, a bunch of us that were in the chat that were actually at the Fan Fest. And when she actually said, if you have your badge, and at the bottom of your badge it says fan on it, like that one, then and actually she actually signed that one, Hargee. Isn't that awesome? Super cool. Yeah, then she said you're getting a free one. We're like, what the fuck? Yeah, well, yeah. You have to believe you have some of the reactions, stuff like that uploaded on your site, don't you? Some of the amazing stuff. Yeah, so it's all there on Hargeet's site. And while I say that, Hargeet, I'm actually going to put that in the corner where people can go to Hargeet's YouTube channel. Right there in the corner above his head is a QR code that you can actually scan right now if you want to. If you're watching this or live or on replay, scan that and make sure you subscribe and like Hargeet's channel. It is awesome. And oh look, it's Joey from Weebly Green, Mr. Kraken himself. Joey, glad to have you in chat, my friend. We need to get you back on here one of these days soon, my friend. I'd love to have you on. So anyway, but yeah, it's big, it's exciting, and Hargeet, I did change up the image because we were kind of talking about the Xbox, like as far as like what the Xbox features were. And then this was the article talk about what the PlayStation features were a little more in depth. And then I have an article, I guess another one that shows them. Do you want to read this part first, and I'll show the other picture, the side by side, as it were?
Sure. Sony claims GTA 6 is best on PS5 because of DualSense haptic feedback, Tempest 3D audio, that's their thing, and ultra fast SSD versus Xbox says experience GTA 6 on Xbox and offers Dolby Vision, quick resume, 0 loading screens, and full VRR. Where will you be playing GTA 6? Please comment below. Neither. I'll be playing on PC. But anyway. But either way.
There you go. So yeah, I'll let you read that too, and then I'll switch to a different image.
Yeah, I assume it's General Stone. Hargeet and Arcel from day one. Crowd reactions were awesome. Yeah, they uploaded a bunch as well. But yeah.
Yeah, it was, so check that out on their sites for sure. So that's basically, so here's like a kind of a side-by-side comparison. I'm not sure who actually did the art on this, but it's actually pretty good, but I don't necessarily think it's from either one of the retailers or necessarily from Rockstar either. But yeah, so it kind of breaks it down as to what's the features that are most prevalent. And DualSense features, I mean, there's going to be rumble features on the Xbox, and has variable rumble controls. So I mean, it's, is it the trigger haptics and how far just you squeeze the thing? No, but is it still a good rumble effect, whether it's intense or not? Yeah, it's going to have all that. So I don't know. It just I never was a big fan of the triggers on my PlayStation. I'll tell you that right now, and nothing against them for that. I know some people really like it. I turned it off. There's actually a feature you can go in and disable, and I didn't like it on several games, like Ghost of Tsushima. I did not like it on that at all. I just rather just pull the bow back and shoot instead of be like, because it was like fighting you and stuff. I don't know. I get that makes it more realistic. It's a game, man. I'm like pulling my arm back and pulling a bow. I'm squeezing a trigger. So I don't know, but that's just me. And again, I slam on people that do like it. I get it, but to me, it just wasn't. It wasn't a big practical, exciting feature, and it's still not to me. But that's. But as far as the rumble goes, which that has as well, I like that. That's cool. Sounds cool. And of course, the Tempest 3D audio tech spatial audio is what they call it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that many receivers. I don't even know if their receivers do it, the Sony receivers. But somebody did implement it. Outside of that, you have to use your headset. It'll just do that within your a headset if you use a stereo headset. So it'll work there. I don't know that many receivers do that. So I don't know how people play. Maybe they do always just wear a headset, and that's fine. But if you do have a normal home theater setup, it's very unlikely that you have their Tempest audio, whereas Dolby Atmos is like the standard that everybody uses. So, it's just a disappointing thing that Sony does.
Yeah, I like the comment there from Void Rat.
Yeah, I actually thought my controller was broken when I played Gran Turismo 7. Turn that off straight. Yeah, I remember playing something where it was forcing, it might have been Horizon or something, where it was forcing me to like really pull the trigger on like trying to use a bow or something, like, just turn this off. As it is, my hands ache every time I use their stupid controller. And I'm like, I don't need more freaking annoyance trying to just play a game. I'm like, just stop. Like their things are just too gimmicky. I don't like, to be fair, there were many things on the Wii that were gimmicky as well, but like it didn't kill my hands the same way the stupid freaking PlayStation controller does. But either way, I like you, WebDAV. I turned a lot of that stuff off. I'm like, I don't need this. Just go away.
I mean, there's some games that I do enjoy playing. That's for sure. But it's also now available on PC, and I have the PC version. I play it there. I got to sell my Xbox. My Xbox. I guess my PlayStation. I've got it sitting there.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have it's one of the original units, the day one purchase, but I never set mine up on end. I've always laid mine flat, so at least I don't have to worry about the issues with the with with the melted aluminum or whatever it's called, the liquid metal dripping down on other stuff. I don't have to worry about that because it's always set in that flat position. I did change the faceplates. I bought the purple faceplates at one time, and I have the purple controller, so we're throwing that in too. But you actually sold a really nice one, didn't you? You bought the 30th
I had
anniversary
the launch
edition
one as well. Well, that as well. I had the
Yep.
whole 30th anniversary collection, which I never opened, of course. It was all brand new.
Yeah.
So the Slim, the Pro, and the Portal.
Mm-hmm.
Sold all that.
Me too.
But I did actually sell my original launch one as well. I had pre-ordered a launch one, and like well, whatever. Once they started putting the stuff on PC, I'm like, I have no need for this. So got rid of it, and then now they're saying they're not going to put their games on PC, or maybe they are, and I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like basically, they don't make any games anymore, so it's like, meh, whatever.
Yeah. Well, you go ahead and keep those 1 or 2 games a year off of that console, and we'll be good. Yeah. Was it 1 or 2 tentpole titles a year? That's out of their mouths. That's what they said.
Yeah.
Herman Holt said it himself, so people can be like, "Oh, it's not true." It is true because the actual head of Sony division for gaming said so. So yeah, so they're the ones saying it. So you can poo-poo it all you want to, but suck it. So anyway, I'm just kidding. All right, so wow, we got we're 250 people watching us live. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for joining us. Great comments in the chat. And let's see. Oh, Ace has got another comment. If you want to pull that one up.
Sure. This one, Xbox should delay COD every year for like 3 months. That would get console. So that would definitely break the agreement. So they do have contracts with both. That doesn't mean it can't happen, but if they break those contracts, I'm sure some regulator somewhere in the EU, UK, or US will be like, I don't know, this doesn't seem right. It's like, so I think they're stuck for the whatever 10-year agreements they have. I think they're gonna just keep those going. However, as I've been saying, they could do some content that's exclusive to their side. That they could start looking at, and I think they should. They should do.
I agree.
And or even mention the fact that you own it. When the game comes on, it should bring up Xbox. Like, make sure people know it's yours.
Yep. X or big letters in the front. Xbox Game Studio presents Call of Duty on PlayStation
game, or whatever. Infinity Ward. But start Xbox.
Yep. Yeah, and make it so you can't skip that shit. Unskippable screen. And then have a little disclaimer at the bottom. Place best on, and if you want the true experience, come to get an Xbox where you get quick resume.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that would be fucking hilarious.
It's not a PlayStation. Oh, I'm sorry.
Exactly. And they're like, where are we lying? We're not lying. We didn't tell any lies, so it's not a lie. Anyway. I'm being messy. Hargeet. I can't help it. All right. So anyway, thank everybody for being here. So awesome. First hour of the show is down, and we got some more topics to get to. So I think we probably beat the GTA horse to death. We got the we got PlayStation wants to revitalize the market. We've got PlayStation pulling or completely removing content from their service that you paid for, and then you're shit out of luck. And then what else? We got we got the Bungie layoffs and a few other things. Even the new story coming up about reportedly suspending adding third party. You brought up that story. It's a little more detailed. And plus the updated prices on console. And of course, the Steam Machine prices are out. Yeah. So where are we going to go? Steam Machine?
Let's do Steam Machine. That started the whole crap storm of things.
It did.
Let's just start there.
It did. Let's.
Well, it looks like WebDave just jumped out. Oopsies.
Hmm.
Oopsies. I'm like, where did you go?
It's like, and Hargeet, take it away.
Gone. Yeah, I'm like, where'd you go? I was expecting you to throw out the Steam Machine price, right?
Yeah, I did. It just didn't. Just didn't interrupt. Wow. All right, then let's try that again. Let's see if I can share.
Like, where'd you go?
Let's see. All right, so let's.
The right
Yes.
button this time.
Okay. So there's the add to stage button, and for some reason I was hovered over me where it had remove, and yeah. So I don't know. Here we go. Let's try this. Add to stage. See if it crashes. Then there was a computer glitch. Hey, it's still there. I'm still here.
All right.
Wow.
So I think this came out on Monday, but if you scroll down, it does have like the 4 bundle prices. Essentially, we've known this. They were going to be the 512, the 2 terabyte, and then if you want to get with the controller or without the controller, we knew that was coming. But we got the prices, and the lowest tier without a controller is $1,049. Holy crap! So people who are thinking this is going to be like $500-$600, yeah, no, that was not a happening. The 2 terabyte version is $1,350, and then if you want a controller, how dare you want to actually play the thing? If you want a controller, the minimum is $1,128 with the controller, and then $1,428 if you want the 2 terabytes. Yikes. So hopefully everybody was prepared for these massive numbers. I expected it to be this way, especially when they decided the Steam Deck was going to be $950. Now, the Steam Deck is a joke of a machine, and you're telling me this thing is not going to be more expensive? It's going to be more expensive. So here we come. It's more expensive, and you're welcome to pre-order it and have fun with a $1,000+ console. But I would not be shocked if other consoles follow suit. So don't be surprised if the other side also starts announcing things that are $1,000+. It could happen. But because this opened up Pandora's box of the plus $1,000 console. Now we have it. It's a PC console, whatever. People are thinking of it as a console. Yeah, then came the next days. Was it the next day or a couple of days later when Xbox is like, oh, hold my beer. You think you have a bad console price?
Yep.
Wait. So we'll talk about that. But let's first talk about Steam Machine. I'm at a loss as to who this is for, but I know, WebDave, you think you're happy to buy one. You want to buy one. Fair enough.
I'm on the list. It's right there in front of you. Right there. See?
I don't get it. I don't see the point of this thing. You can easily build a machine better than this, and at the same price or lower. And if you really want like the console-y features of it, fair enough. I just don't know. Like, there's a lot of games that won't work on it. It is still running Linux. Now, you could change it to Windows, which would kind of take a lot of those console-y things away because you're back to Windows. You can put Windows on it and do whatever you want with it, right? So, go for it. Performance-wise, what we're seeing is it sometimes is under a PS5, sometimes it's over, depending on CPU versus GPU, which one gets taxed more in the game. So we're finding it's sort of in that range, right? So, but the PS5 is still, as of today, quite a bit cheaper, and it's very hard for me to then say, oh, why don't you buy this versus the PS5? It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I'd still recommend a Series S over this thing. I don't see the value. The Series S, literally, even with the price increase, is less than half this thing. So, and even a Series X, it's still cheaper. So I don't quite understand where this fits in the market. It also seems they understand that because they're only building like tens thousands. They're building like 10, 20,000 of these things. They're not building a lot.
Right.
Which, by the way, also is a problem as to why it's so expensive. They don't have high volumes. Therefore, they're going to pay very high premiums for all the parts. So that just kind of is what it is. sad but true. This is kind of where it is. If this is of interest to you, I don't know why. If it's of interest to you, you can go ahead and be one of the 10,000 people who will buy one and enjoy it. But that is basically the pricing of the Steam machine.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on that list. I am on that list. Yeah, let me before I continue, I want to pull something up here real quick in another show topics. There we go. All right. Whoa. Mute that. Turn that volume off. I don't know if you heard that or not, but that was that was loud as fuck, and that was not what I want to play. All right. So all right. Yeah, so that's what I've got. Actually, when you very first got on the list, you could actually be on. You could actually be on all 4 lists, and then it was a randomizer. And this is the randomized list that I got on. Was this one? I actually would rather get the 2 terabyte version. That's just me. And you can I can click to move to leave the list altogether. You don't have to stay on the list, or I could, if I click on the 2 terabyte version, it says change wait lists, which would probably take me out of the queue for this one altogether, and then it'll put me however far down the list is for this thing. So I don't know, which I assume most people probably wanted this one because it has extra faceplates and the 2 terabyte. If you were going to make the decision to get one to begin with, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. I just think it's unique. I think it's cool, and I want to get one. I got the controller this week. I ordered that separately because it works on the Steam Deck, and so I figured that I could just get the model without a controller because I've already got one. You just got it, like I said, got it in hand, as it were. Why is our background freezing on our video? Is it not? Is it freezing for you? Or is it just me? For me, it looks like the background. It's fine for you.
Good.
Oh, then I am going to leave it alone. We'll let it look all.
Stream. I think it's okay.
Okay. It's probably just because because I'm running all the kind of stuff pulled up on the screen, is why it's doing that for me.
Yeah. Screen looks okay.
Okay, cool. Well, then I will quit rambling on that. So, all right then, focus back on this. All right. So, yeah, like I said, and I get it. If you don't want it, don't buy it. Isn't that what they say? But I don't know. I just think it's unique, and I don't know. When I dock like my handheld, the Steam Deck, and then hook a controller up to it, you still have to go through the whole process of assigning it to the controller. And then or it'll still want to use the touch plate on the screen, and I don't have to stand up, do the touch thing to make sure it's switched to the controller. Just a lot of little hassles to where the Steam machine is just you hit the button and it fires up just like a console would, and then you got your whole archive of games. So for me, it's more of a convenience thing than it is anything else. Is why I want to get one. Is that the smartest thing? I don't know. It's my money. That's the way I look at it, right? Exactly. And I have a very good paying job that allows me to do that kind of stuff. So what's the comment you want to read there?
Yeah, from BT Maverick, I was accepted to buy a 2 terabyte Steam machine. Most likely will sell it at cost to someone in the community when they send the email to purchase it. So
there you go. All right, BT Maverick, we'll talk. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I'll be fine with this one because I can always add on. What was that?
BT Maverick says, WebDave, that Steam controller is surprisingly comfortable.
It is. I kind of like the design on it. Is there a few things I like to tweak on it? Sure. But as far as the actual layout and where the thumbsticks and everything, it feels really good, and it works just fine. And the track pads that are on it are not too far out of the way. It's convenient. The top bumper buttons, not the triggers, but the bumper buttons, those are the only ones I seem to kind of have to stretch for. But if you're intentionally want to hit them, there you go. And the back buttons are nice and big. The buttons that you have to assign buttons, I guess, as it were, those work out really well as well too. So it's kind of cool. And not all games use those, so it's just an extra add-on for that. So Hargeet's not getting one. I'm planning on getting one. I guess should I create a poll and find out if anybody in the chat wants to get one? What do you think?
A Steam machine? Sure.
Yeah. Let's do a poll on that. Steam machine, yes or no? Well, we'll make it that simple. Start a poll. Question. All right. Steam console. How's that?
Gabe Cube. You can call it Gabe Cube.
Steam Cube. There we go. I like that one better. Let's call it the Steam Cube. I know. Be Steam Cube? Yes or no? There we go. All right. So the poll is now up. Would you buy a Steam Cube? Yes or no? Ooh, 100% no. Sorry. That was just for one vote. But it'll be up. We'll leave it up there for a little bit and see. See, it's 22 votes already. Not looking good for the Steam Cube. That's all right. I mean, it's not everybody tunes in for. I mean, I'm a gamer, so it's cool. But again, I mean, if you don't want one, don't buy one. Is the way I look at it. I guess you can put it the same thing and ask for any console. Are you going to buy a PlayStation 6? You know, if they make one. Ooh, sorry. Ouch. Anyway, yeah, okay. So votes are coming in. We'll look back at that here in a minute. But yeah, so Steam Machine's out. The prices are out. So hopefully they'll have the finalized thing in a few days, and then we'll hopefully next week I'll report back as to whether I was actually able to lock one in and when it's coming in and all that kind of good stuff. And I'll even do a little unboxing video or whatever if y'all want me to check it out, which I'm sure there can be 50,000 of them, so probably would be kind of pointless. But anyway, we'll have that WEBDAVE flair, right? Right. All right. So Hargeet, where do you want to go next?
Well, I mean, this prompted the next big thing, which was Xbox console prices going up, and then the impending doom that's coming with the next gen. But yeah, let's just talk about the Xbox console prices.
There it is.
So, not to be outdone, Steam Machine. Yeah, sit down, Valve. Xbox says,
hold my beer.
I know we updated our prices twice already, but look, they've been telling us this is coming. They've been telling us this is coming, and you should fully expect one next year too. But they told us that the prices are going to go up by just telling us how much the memory prices and storage prices have gone up. So they came in and said, hey, the 512 gig models, which there's only one, the Series S, will go up by $100. And then the 1 terabyte models will go up by $150. So yike-a-ronies. So yeah. The disk drive included Xbox Series X 1 terabyte will now be $800. The one without a disk drive will be $750, and then your base level Series S is now $500, which is what the Series X launched at with a disk drive. Yikes! So this is kind of where we are. We have a 1 terabyte, Series S as well. But why even bother? Like, okay, it's just it's getting into insanity levels of increases. Again, I don't know that this doesn't happen to the other side because everybody's dealing with this. Like what we're hearing from most of the the storage and memory providers, the ones that make this stuff. They don't even look at like, oh, you want 1 year contract price? Haha, no. How about 2 week, one month? Good luck. Beyond that, we're not giving you anything. It's getting crazy. Now, we did hear that PlayStation had pulled a bunch of inventory ahead of time. I don't know how long that lasts, but they might be in the same situation, and we'll see what they do. It would not shock me if there was a price increase announced in the next month or two. Coming into the holiday, right? This price, by the way, goes in effect on August 1st.
Yep.
So if you're in, you're in the market for getting one of these, go get it now because the prices are going to insanity levels pretty soon. So yikes. Yeah, that happened. And then you have to like look at the reality of like if your Steam machine that's not subsidized. They just told us basically they're charging cost. They're charging cost. is not subsidized, and a 2 terabyte Steam machine, which is substantially lower performance than whatever next gen machine is coming from PlayStation or Xbox, is already $13.50 without a controller.
Yeah.
What do you think that price is going to be when that thing comes out? So yes, PlayStation and even to some level Xbox can work out arrangements to get a better deal because of volumes.
Yep.
But it ain't going to be that much better.
Right.
So I would fully expect to have, over $1,000 for PS6 again, unless the entire world suddenly has no AI bubble.
Right.
Well, good luck with that.
Right.
I don't see that happening for years. So we're just in a weird spot where all the hardware is going to cost an insane amount of money now. This is not good. It's not good for anybody because it's ultimately for consumers who have nothing to do with this. The demand hasn't changed on the consumer side. The demand has changed in the AI side, and it's entirely just destroying the consumer side. And it's not just doing that for, video game consoles. It's doing for everything. Like, the cell phones and mobile phones, they're being increased in price because of the same problem. They can't get at their volumes, can't get better prices. And they're increasing the price of smartphones. This is craziness. But this is the way it is. It's very hard to see how, Helix wouldn't be $1,500 like easily. $13.50 for a freaking without controller, Steam machine. $13.50. There's easily, we just add the controller. That's like $14.28 or something like that, whatever it was. Add enough to handle the fact that it's got a way more powerful system with even more memory. Like, I don't know. It just, it's a very hard sell to me that thing isn't going to be $1,500. No, it's very disappointing to me. Xbox could leverage the fact that they're Microsoft and say, hey, by the way, memory companies, by the way, storage companies, we have like, say, 20 billion sunk into you as we're buying all this stuff for our AI data centers. I want a contract price for my Xbox console at a better rate. Did they do that? I don't know. Did they try to leverage it? I don't know. My guess is no. And, because I think you'd be able to pull it off and say, no, I need this too. And, you want to walk away from 20, 30, 40, $50 billion? I don't know many companies that want to do that because there's only like so many major, cloud providers that are doing this AI stuff. And Microsoft is one of the big ones doing it. And it's like, would you really want to walk away from Microsoft then? Like, so I don't know if they're doing that or not. It would be very disappointing to find out they didn't leverage that because that's what you should do. You're Microsoft. Do it. But this is where we are. Again, we already have Nintendo coming up with a September price increase.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if there's a PlayStation price increase coming as well. Again, I don't blame these companies. It's crazy what's happening in the world. They can't subsidize. It just can't. It will be hundreds upon hundreds of dollars every time these prices are increasing. How much can they subsidize? As it is, I think all these platforms are now at a loss. It used to be Nintendo would not sell at a loss. I think even they're selling at a loss.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox has been subsidizing hundreds per console. I'm sure PlayStation is subsidizing hundreds, if not, up to 100, if not more, per console. And like, how far do you go? It's just crazy what's happening. And yes, they might have raised it in April. However, it's gone up even more since then.
Yep.
And we're hearing next year it's going to get even more ridiculous. And it's not factors of like 10%, 20%. No, it's factors of double, triple what they're already paying. And so you just can't sustain that. You can't. These are massive components in this box. There's just no way around it. And I don't know what any of these platforms can do to mitigate that. The world is just gone crazy. When you hear Apple had to increase their prices because they make tens of millions of phones. They couldn't secure a better price. Like, dude, there was a report that Samsung's phone division went to Samsung's memory division to get memory for their phones, and they said, no, I can sell my memory better on the market. I'm not selling it to my own division. That's how bad it is.
Crazy.
That's how bad it is. And like, so this is just a crazy world. I don't know how this gets better, but it needs to get better. Like, the increase in like demand is just ridiculous at this point. And like, I'm hoping at some point there are enough fabs that can equalize this, but fabs usually take years to make. So we're stuck. There's no like relief in the immediate future, right? So if you think, oh, hey, we should delay next gen, I hate to break it to you, I don't think delaying it is going to make a lick of difference, because this problem isn't going to get better. It's going to get worse.
Yep.
And that's what the industry is telling us now. Next year is going to be worse. And what do you think? A year after that is going to be better? No, because there's no end in sight on the amount of demand, and there just isn't enough supply. There just isn't. This is not going to go away for like 5+ years. It's just sad, but it is what it is. This is where we are. So I would fully expect next gen is going to suck. So one of the things they're doing is they're adding in BNPL, interest-free financing, like all these things. Buy now, pay later is BNPL, right? Which, you usually have a lot of these programs available for just in general buying stuff, right? You go to like Walmart or Amazon, or hey, you can buy for interest, Best Buy, buy for 18 months interest-free or whatever, right? And so BNPLs exist all over the place. They're instituting like basically what they had with Xbox All Access. I don't know if it includes All Access this time. Maybe it's just BNPL of just the console, which is fine. Like just do that part at least, right? And they're trying to make it easier for you to get the thing, but that's kind of the way it is. So you see the second one there, like the hardware at 0% APR financing for up to 12 months. So break it apart, 12 months to buy your $500 Series S or $800 Series X. And it's just really setting things up for what's coming next year with Helix.
Yep.
I would not be shocked at a $1,500 price point at this point.
I'm not
if it comes in at 12 under if it was like $800, I'd be saying hallelujah, because that'd be an insanely good price. But good luck. I mean, the pricing, like King has been saying this for a while, that it's going to be $1,500. He thinks he like $1,500, and he may be 100% right. Because in what world can I say if the Steam machine is $1,350 without a controller, $1,430 with a controller? How are they going to give you something that's as powerful as a Helix that's not going to be $1,500? That's still subsidizing it. That's just insane, right? But this is the world we're in. And again, I say the same with the PlayStation side. Don't expect PS6 to come in at like $600. It ain't happening, folks. It's just not. The amount of hardware you have in there, the subsidy, there's no way they're going to double subsidize, right? $600 console, and they pay $600 to you to buy that console. They're not going to do it. That's just too much money. They're not going to do it. So there's just no way around that. 150, that's reasonable to subsidize. $600, it's not doable. And so you're looking at a world where you're paying $1,000+ for that PS6. It's just the way it is. I don't see a way around it. Now, again, if the world changes, that's awesome. That'd be very awesome for everybody. I just don't see it. I don't see it. And like the entire world is now dedicated to AI succeeding. It's just the way it is. Good luck. This is very, very disappointing, but it is where it is. And I fully expect next year Xbox Series consoles and Series S, Series X and S consoles will go up in price. It's just probably going to happen before the Helix comes out. So you'll see your Series X will be $1,000 and your Helix will be $1,500. Dude,
I know, man.
What a world we're in.
I know. Hargeet, a couple of quick things. So we're talking about the price and where it is and where it's going. And of course, a lot of people and some of the people in the chat were saying, if it goes to this price, if it goes to $1,500, it's DOA, it's not going to happen, not going to sell. There are people that are going to buy it. Period. There are people that are going to like the Steam machine. There are people that are going to buy it. According to our poll, not very many. Let's do the poll real quick here, just so you see that. It was 84 votes. Would you buy this? Yeah, 90 to 10. So yeah, so at least with this audience, which is makes sense,
expected, right?
Expected, yeah, exactly. They're not going to buy the Steam machine / Steam Cube, Gabe Cube, whatever you want to call it. But still, and I'm buying one anyway. Go ahead, I'll let you read that one.
Yeah, fill more pockets. I can see the Helix costing $300 more than the Series X and $200 higher than the PS5 Pro price in 2027. Yeah, it's again, we'll see where they land. They will have some more discounts, but they also have a substantially higher build cost because of the components that are in there. Yep. The Steam machine is a much lower power. Again, it barely keeps up with the PS5 base model. So you kind of have to put it in perspective, right? And the Helix, as we understand it, right? All this is up for debate because Asha may come in and change all of that, right? But as we understand it, it is a pretty powerful device that just requires more, actual build, right? And that physical chip is going to be more expensive to make. Yeah. And then the memory that it's going to need is even higher performance. I don't know how easy it's going to be for them to start putting that together. The controllers baked in, they're not going to take that out. It's going to be there. So you have to account for that price as well. It's just a tough thing. It's a tough world to be in right now for platform holders. But look, we'll get through it. It is what it is. But if you guys are looking forward to buying one of these next gen consoles, which maybe the PS6 comes out next year as well, maybe it doesn't. But start saving because it's gonna be pretty pricey, unfortunately. Again, I would expect it to be over 1,000 easily. At 1,500 wouldn't surprise me. If they can make it somewhere in that 1,100, 1,200 range, that's awesome. That would be like doing a lot of supply side work to make that happen. And again, if I'm Microsoft, I don't understand why they wouldn't take advantage of the fact that they already buy literally billions of dollars of this stuff. Why don't you push yourselves to say, no, we're spending a lot. You need to give us better pricing. Don't think of it as just like, here's the number of Xboxes we're making. Think of the entire Azure data center footprint we have, where we're putting tons and tons of servers into cloud data centers for AI and for normal compute and for Office 365. They literally buy freaking, hundreds of billions of dollars of stuff every couple of years. Like they just keep it. It's like, why aren't you taking advantage of the fact that you have this massive leverage? Go ahead and try to say, no, I want this as well. It's got to be at a reasonable price. I'm buying tons of stuff from you, right? I hope they take advantage of that. It makes a lot of sense from my perspective. It's something that's like almost only they can do because Nintendo doesn't have that scale. And, PlayStation, yes, they have some cloud stuff too, but not to the scale of Microsoft. So it's like, please take advantage of this. I'm sure one of these companies is not going to say no to you. They're not going to not sell to one of the 3 big freaking providers of cloud data centers. It's just not going to happen. You need to take advantage of that and try to get better pricing. But I don't know. I don't know how much they push. I hope they do. I hope they do that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Right? It's all coming next year. I would expect sometime like spring next year, we're gonna hear if Helix is coming next year, spring next year, we're gonna hear about this thing because they have to start telling us about it, right? So we will see. Yeah, we will see.
I think we might hear about it sooner than that, Hargeet. That's just an instinct I have on that. Let's just say I think we're gonna hear about it sooner rather than later.
Are you saying I'll be sitting in the Game Awards and there'll be an announcement of a Project Helix console?
I'm thinking you could be close, my friend. I think you could be really close. And the one thing I'll say is they do have they are working on, this is from Xbox, the buy now, pay later. I did think it's going around, interest-free financing, previously played consoles, certified refurbished consoles. Those are already a thing now. Of course, the price and all that stuff's going up. But like for me, and I've talked about this before, I bought my Xbox day one using the All Access program. So I got the Series X and 2 years of Ultimate included. I may have paid for it, but it was all included in the bundle. And it was the only thing I had to pay was the quote unquote taxable for the purchase price, which was all figured into the amount actually financed for 2 years, and made my payments were like $37 a month for 2 years. And at the end of the 2 years, the system was mine. And then my the All Access, or excuse me, the Ultimate, ran out for the 2 year thing that I had. But the entire time I was able to play it. So for me, and that's actually really what got me into Game Pass, because I didn't have Game Pass until I got the console and it was included. And after I got it, I was like, oh fuck, this is awesome. So that's what really got me into it. And would I do something like that again with the Helix? Hell yes, I would. I would do the same type thing again. I'm sure they may have some kind of thing that they're working out. I mean, why not? It makes sense to do it. It makes less sense not to do it. And if they've already done it before and it was a big success, this is like the second time they've done that. So why not do it a third? Will it be the price to be different? Will it be like $60 to $80 a month? Probably, depending on what the price of the new console is and what Game Pass was included with it. But I guarantee you, the smart thing for them to do would be to do something like that for a 2 year. And there's plenty of big companies out there. Citibank, I think this one was actually through, that would do this with the no interest or anything like that if it's paid off in full, because A, they know there will be some people that default. B, they know that there'll be people that will, once they already, I like this service, will continue to work with that bank on other things and other programs they have, because once you sign up for it, they have a nice way of sending you those ads. Hey, you want a Citibank card? Which is fine. I didn't mind that because I never went with one because I don't need an extra card. But the point is, it's beneficial for them to do it, and it is beneficial for all of us if it's available that way. And there's a couple of comments in the chat talking about are you happy with the price of the Pro being like $900 something without a disk drive, by the way. And that price is not going to stay. The price is going to go up, my friend. You can bet your ass it's going to go up. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. But before the end of the year, they will have another price increase because they'll have to, especially if they sell through a lot of consoles. It's going to go on. I'll let you read the super chat and I'll continue my thought.
Yeah, and then I also put in the private chat a link to a Micron article. But Micron, so Mac 22 TH50 for $5. Micron controls everything. Brace yourself. The prices are going to keep going up. #reality. #the world with living in. It's not just Micron. There are a couple of others, but they're all basically doing the same thing. And it's disappointing where things are. But yeah, I don't know if you want to bring up that article, but
I do have I do have that story, and then we'll bring up your article. There's maybe a little more synopsis there to.
Yep. All right, so our customers are recognizing that supply shortages in memory and storage will take considerable time to improve, even as we expect industry supply to improve gradually in 2028. We currently do not have line of sight as to when memory supply will be able to catch up with the increasing demand. So they're setting up their contracts. I don't know if that's what these are linked to, but basically they're setting up their contracts now for 5 years at the very high, memory prices they have now, but they're locking it in for 5 years to be at that price. Yep. And people are signing up, which tells me that there's an expectation that there's no choice. This is the world they're in. It ain't going down for 5 years. Okay, so you're looking into the 2030s before this even starts to look better, which is why I like this idea of, why don't we delay? Delay how long? How long do you want to delay? Is 2032 good?
Nope.
Are we good with a 12-year generation? 2035, 15-year generation, by which time both of these consoles will, by the way, be like absolutely obsolete because there'll be whole new sets of capabilities that will be coming out. So I don't see it happening. Unfortunately, I think we're in a cycle where it's just going to suck. It's going to be expensive, and if there's any level of easing, hopefully these consoles, the next gen ones, will come down in price, unlike what's been happening where they escalate in price. So, but I don't see them slowing down. I think that because if there were like a guaranteed 2028, mid 2028, it's going to go down. Okay, you can delay a year, because then you say mid 2028 onwards, we start building the inventory, right? But can anybody guarantee that? I can't. I don't know anybody in the industry that can say that. It's just not. It's not guaranteed, right? So I could see 2030, it might start to ease. 2032, it might start to ease. I just, unfortunately, the way things are going, it doesn't look good. So yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. You are correct, my friend. It definitely doesn't look good. But one thing to consider too is the Magnus chip, which is going to be in the Helix code name, of course. That's finalized and done. They can't change that. That is already done. They can
You're
change
right.
the
However,
levels. Okay.
Asha may come in and say that's too much, and because it's going to cost too much. I think a lot of the cost actually is not going to be the chip. I think a lot of
the chip's not going to cost that much.
It's the memory and the storage, and we'll see what they can do about that. Maybe they do change that piece of it, but honestly, when you're looking at that kind of power level versus the amount of cost, the chip can become like $40 cheaper. It's just going to be noise when you're talking about $1,500, right? So the chip itself is probably going to be a couple $100, $200-$300, right, in that range. But if you even cut it in half, you're saving $100, right? Like, again, $1,500, $100. Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's noise. It's just it would have to be $500 less, $700 less. Then it makes a difference, right? Now you're talking. But that's the memory prices are going to kill it. It's memory and storage that are killing it.
So what you could do is if the system, what variables they can change or tweak would be is if they released it with like, instead of maybe it comes out with 1 terabyte instead of 2. Maybe it comes out with half a terabyte and with the option for you to add on. Well, but I'm saying, instead of, but hopefully not a proprietary drive like this last one had, or the memory cards, which were real fucking expensive. But where you could off the shelf type, but SSD external drive, then
you bring your own RAM or bring your own storage.
If you could bring your own along, that makes a lot more sense, I think. As is something they could do to ease the pain a little bit of the price at the pump, isn't what they say, I think. But it was all this stuff is up in the air. We're not really sure what's going to happen, what's going to do. Those are the variables they can play with. But like I said, the chip itself, that's done, because if they actually went in and they changed the chip, that's millions and millions of dollars they've already spent in R&D that would be out the window to start from scratch, and that would also put them back way back in line as far as what they need to do next. And they have a good plan, so they shot for the moon, which was smart. Obviously, it's bad that the other memory thing got in the way of this great next step. But right now, they're going to be leaps and bounds more powerful than anything the PlayStation 6 is going to have at all. You know that, and they've already said that that if that's the case, you want to get out now. You don't want to be. What was the best advantage that they had was when the 360 had a year head start on Sony, and that get them their best foothold. Even though the prices are crazy, I think you come out at the price you have to be to get out the door. And then if prices do go down or drop, that's when you put them on sale. You mark them down, or maybe if the PlayStation 6 comes out 2 years from now and they come out at $1,000, well, then that's the day before that comes out. That's when you say, oh, by the way, now you can get the most powerful system for the same price as what that would be. Because 2 years from now, who knows? And maybe then is when you really try and, take a hold of the market. Anyway, go ahead. I'll let you read those.
I bought 2 terabyte SSD cards. They better use that in the new system. I don't think they will. That's my guess. I think they're going to do newer technology, so I wouldn't expect them to use the same cards.
I
That's
wouldn't
just
either.
my guess.
That wouldn't make sense, would it?
Yeah.
And some people are saying, well, it's not going to be able to play Steam, blah, 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 this and that. And I actually think that the whole part about the Steam and the other is I think you'll be able to curate and play those games through the system. I don't think you'll be able to go into their store and buy it through their system. That doesn't mean you can't go offline and buy it somewhere else and then have it in your library and then play it on the Steam. But I just don't necessarily think that you'll be able to necessarily buy it through the system. But by curating it, it makes the system more desirable. If you have the ability to play all your games in one place, which is what Phil and them were shooting for to begin with, I think that's a big advantage that the other consoles aren't going to have ever.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll see what they do, right?
Yep.
But I there's potential that PlayStation launches the 6 right next to the Helix as well. So we will see. They're probably ready to go too, but everybody's seeing this whole world in which like the costs keep escalating, and we'll see what they want to do with it, right? So
yeah.
But more to come, right? Unfortunately, this is kind of the world we're in. Prices go up. If you want to get a console, like get it now, right? Both sides, get it now, because there's no guarantee that these prices are going to be. We already know for Xbox they're going up on August 1st.
Yep.
For PlayStation, it may be September 1st. I don't know. Let's just assume that something's going to happen. But maybe they do survive the holiday. That's great. But yeah, I would just not hesitate right now. If you want to get one of these consoles, just get it, because like who knows what the price is going to be a few months from now. So
Yep. Well, let's move on to another topic. So it's not all doom and gloom for Xbox and for Nintendo and all the other companies. PlayStation sneaked a little something in there on Sony's side, and I'll let you read that, and then we'll kind of dig into what that could mean.
Yeah, so they couldn't reach an agreement with one of the content providers. I think it's Studio Canal.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, PlayStation is permanently removing 551 purchased movies from user libraries on September 1st. So if you happen to have, like, I think they've already stopped their service, right? I don't think you can buy from them anymore anyways.
Correct.
But they were keeping your access to your movies. But because they couldn't work out the deal, it's kind of they're gonna have to pull these from your library. So movies like Terminator 2, Total Recall, and the first 3 Rambo films are just a few that will be removed. With the Sony offering with Sony offering no refunds to customers who paid for the titles. It's disappointing that there's no off ramp. That maybe you could transition it to a different provider or something like that, but that's not happening either. They are just essentially losing. This is kind of the downside of all this digital content stuff, right? Is something like this could happen, right? And it's disappointing, but it is what it is, right? Thankfully, I buy all my movies physical, so
you do.
So even if the digital code, which comes with the movie, you get the digital code, I go ahead and redeem it.
Yeah.
But even if it goes away, I don't care. I've got my disc, and I have the disc backed up to my NAS. So we're just using the NAS, and the disc sits on a shelf. I don't have to touch the discs. They're just there, and I have them as a backup for my actual purchase. So I don't run into this. But unfortunately, this can happen. And, the digital gaming world, this is one of the fears people have, right? And that's why you see people lining up to buy. But like, it'd be nice if it actually had a physical disc, because even if you had this potential of like, the digital library going, well, if you have a physical disc, you have a physical disc. It's something that you can just plop into the system and play, right? So it's an interesting world we're in right now, but yeah, this is the kind of thing that can happen. So sadly, people will lose access to some content they might have bought, which it's disappointing. But shout out to physical disc. You can still buy these movies. You can go buy them right now, and you can. They're available on 4K Blu-ray. Go get them.
I think FARK QUE has an answer for you.
I have this rule: if a digital product I buy gets taken away, I will find a way to get it back for free one way or another. Well, I won't get into the whole piracy thing. That's you guys.
FARK QUE's a pirate.
So you guys have fun with that. I'm not going to get into that. But I just buy the physical. I'm not going to go down that path with my movies. So I have tons and tons of physical discs.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, but it sucks. It does suck.
It does. It sucks.
But the biggest wake up call, though, Hargeet, like you said, is that, I mean, it starts with this, right? But so like the whole veil of like, I have like 600 something movies on, it's now with Fandango. It used to be Voodoo or whatever that I have. And I have it like on the cross thing, where it's like all the different, they've curated them all together into one where you can, all the different stuff I have, it's all together. So I can watch, like I said, I got 600 something movies digitally. And I still buy it physical as often as I can. I think the last actual physical DVD I bought was the Wolverine Deadpool movie, Wolverine, whatever. That was the last one I bought because it's just so much easier just to click buy, boom, 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 and it's there in my library and stuff. But if all that stuff goes away, fuck, So yeah. And then of course there's always the Bruce Willis factor too. That because he actually sued when he was still coherent. He actually sued Apple and won because he's a big music guy and he has this huge blues digital library on his Apple thing, and he had found out that once he did pass, that library is just going to go. If when he's gone, his library was gone. He wanted to leave it to his kids, and they were saying, "No, you can't do that." Well, now you can. So, because I know, like my kids have access.
Just for Apple?
No, I believe it's actually went further than that. I have to do a little more research on it, but I believe it was more.
It's a big deal. This digital rights, as far as inheritance, right? Because you did pay for this, and so should digital rights be transferable? I think they absolutely should. It's a property you own. It doesn't matter that it's in ether or whatever, right? It's in digital form. It doesn't matter. You paid for it, so So yeah, if that has happened, is that a court case, and that's how that's determined?
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah. One thing too is that my demise someday, hopefully not anytime soon, knock on wood, would be that the places and big companies like this really wouldn't hear about it or know about it when it happens. And as long as my kids, which they do, and my wife have my access to my email to where they can change or update if they need to, and my passwords for all of those, whether it be Game Pass, my subscription to games that I've purchased, my Sony library, my video game library, my movie library, my music library through Apple, if they still have access to all that and they're able to put that in on their device, which actually I've got shared and stuff, so it's all of them already have cross access anyway, then there shouldn't be any problem long after I'm gone. But I would hate to think, man, I spent a ton of money on all this stuff, and then like there's a movie or somebody wants to watch in the family, and they're like, "Ooh, that was on Dave's or Dad's account, and he's gone now, so we can't access it." That would suck. That would be kind of stupid. So anyway, go ahead and let you read FARK QUE's comment, and we'll move on.
FARK QUE says,
FARK QUE.
Seriously though, I'd rather buy my games digital items, but we really do need something in place to protect our purchases. Yeah, we do, and I think the governments need to step in and do that. So you're saying there's a court case maybe that Bruce Willis did. That's awesome, but I don't know that that's actually binding on all these people, because here you have somebody who just literally is saying no, they're not doing that. They're not even letting you keep your movies, right? So, but there does need to be something. that takes care of this inheritance, right? That you can leave your digital library officially, be able to transfer it and say, no, this is going to XYZ person. Here's their email. You need to transfer all of my ownership to them as part of a, I think you have your death certificates and all that, right? As part of a standard will transfer or estate transfer, right? So they need to pull all that off, right? So, but anyways, we'll work through that. Hopefully at some point the governments will step in, but yeah.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
disappointing news. More disappointing news.
Yeah. You want to make this our last story of the night, or is there anything else you want to cover after this?
Was there anything else that was big?
We can skip to whatever you want.
Really, I think the other one that's interesting is, of course, there was more layoffs on the Xbox side as well, right? So, or I don't know if they're layoffs or people are just leaving now or whatever, right? But
Right.
all right. So, Destin, Bungie's Sony deal closed July 15, 2022. The WARN notice says employees' last day is July 9, 2026, 6 days before the 4-year anniversary. If any acquisition-related stock or retention grants were set to vest on the 15th, Sony may have cut people just, oh my God, dude. I don't think that'll happen. I think they'll still let them vest those. I hope they do. That would be really scummy.
Really scummy.
Really scummy to just do it a few days before, just so you don't have to do a payout like that. But in general, those things get prorated and you get 360 days or 350 days worth of investment of vesting, and whatever your stocks are worth, they'll get sent to you then. But anyway, we'll see. I hope that doesn't happen. That would be pretty scummy of Sony to do. I don't think they'll do that, though. I really don't think they'll do that. But yeah, this does kind of suck. This is like we were talking about it last time with a rumor that 50% were, there was stuff circulating, and it turns out to be true. 50% of Bungie is being laid off. So sadly, they're going to lose half the team, essentially ending the Destiny franchise. They did put out a whole notice about it. That Destiny, unfortunately, did never actually make money, which is pretty odd, right? So basically, they've spent more on it than they actually created in revenue. And that is in mismanagement. They could have, they should have looked at ways to streamline their content delivery and make sure that they were always profitable. And, no wonder Sony's looking at it saying, you spent this much to make this game, never made money on it. You want to make the next one now? Why? What is it that you're going to do that's going to be different? So that is a sad state. A lot of Destiny fans are not happy. And deservedly so. I assume that this is a massive fail on the management side of Bungie. But hey, this is where we are. And so a lot of people, it's like 400 people, will be losing their jobs, unfortunately. And that will happen by mid-July. So it's just another chapter in this storied, studio that's going to change massively. And it's Marathon, they're somewhat happy with the numbers, I guess. I just don't understand how, but okay. But that's where they are. That's where they are right now.
Yep. And it is sad. And like I said, layoffs suck. I've been through big corporations twice in my lifetime, where I've been laid off due to one of them was a merger, and the other one was store closing because of market effects. That's it. Due to the current market conditions for GameStop at the time. Yeah. But they're really bad now. But yeah, so it does happen. It sucks. I'm not gonna beat it at horse. We're not gonna dance on the graves of anybody that's silly, ridiculous, or go out to them. But I will say that it is part of business. Unfortunately, they didn't have the success that they hoped for when they did that. But I don't think that Jim Ryan did his research like Phil did, and Phil didn't buy them because a second time, because he actually did his due diligence and really looked into what they had, what they were available, what their actual numbers were, instead of Sony was, I think, being a little petty and thought, well, if they've got this, we'll get this. And you remember the people, some of the pony bots that were so stupid saying that, oh, look, PlayStation owns Halo now. I'm like,
yeah,
are you fucking a retard?
I'm reminded of a story recently where there was, rumors, I guess, whatever you want to call it, basically like Microsoft looking at, they kept on the table the potential of spinning Xbox into a wholly owned subsidiary, which PlayStation is today, right?
They are,
Now,
yes.
You look at the Bungie acquisition, it wouldn't be just Phil looking at it. It would be Microsoft looking at it, right? Because they would go, and their M&A team would go through every line of everything in their financials to say good or bad, right? And then give that report to Phil, right? Whereas in the case of PlayStation, which had spun off, I don't know that they had access to Sony's M&A because they were a wholly owned subsidiary. So they have their own M&A team, which may not have been as thorough as say Sony's M&A team to say, this doesn't look good, right? And it could have just been in Jim's head, hey, I need this, so I'm just gonna like push this through. Whereas on Phil's side, it might have been Microsoft saying, yeah, but they look horrible, like they're not making money. Like I don't think this is a good idea, right? Yep. So so Phil had that access. This is the good and bad of being part of a big company versus spun off as your own. Because again, if Xbox were a wholly owned subsidiary, it would just be Phil, right? And Phil's M&A team might be like 3 people. And they're like, well, it looks okay, right? Whereas Microsoft has, I'm sure, a freaking division that's whole purpose in life is to handle M&A, right? Because they do a lot of it, right? And so they have to somehow integrate all these people, do everything they need to. And I'm sure they have a lot of people analyzing whether it makes sense to buy or not, right? So just putting that out there as a funny thing that like this whole idea of spinning off. Well, PlayStation did spin off. And this is what ended up happening versus Microsoft. It's Microsoft that says that doesn't look good. Don't do that. So,
yep.
Bungie will bounce back. # why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Dude, I wish I had that fucking clip. I wish I had that clip like Dirt and Shaun have.
Why not?
Oh yeah, because that guy was so. Oh my god, what a dumbass.
Back in, was it 2 weeks?
Yeah, they'll make that back, and of course everybody else on the panel is like, dude, that's billions of dollars in 2 weeks. No, that's not gonna happen. Why not? Well, because we can do math, and you're a stupid motherfucker. But yeah. So anyway, Joey says Joey might have it for us. Joey, if you can find that'd be great. There you go. Shout out to Joey.
Oh my.
Yeah, but yeah, that was pretty hilarious because I mean he was so convinced that it was the best deal, and and even Jim Ryan made that's claim that this is going to be bigger than the acquisition deal. Well, you're right, biggest failure. But actually, and what did they do? Concord said, "Hold my beer." Yeah. Biggest. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. I'm waiting to see if Joey finds that real good. Look in DM now. DM okay. Now. All right, let me do that. Shout out to Joey. He's the best. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, cool. Let me all right. Here we go. Let me shout out to you, Joey. You're the man. All right. Are we ready? Here we go. This might be loud. I'm not sure. Make sure you can hear it. Shake your head if you hear it when it starts playing Hargeet, okay?
What do you press?
Yep, I can hear it.
Was Sony and the Bungie comment.
So you believe that Sony, I just told you they'll make this money back in like 11 days, some goddamn way. And you're telling me that they don't stand
They are definitely not gonna make that money.
Why not?
Are you talking about making that money back towards about the Bungie deal? No, they're not gonna make that back.
Why not?
In no goddamn 11 days.
Why not? You're not answering the question.
I'm talking. I just told you. I just said when it pertains to Bungie, when it comes,
don't Bungie got a new expansion coming out?
Fam, they not finna make a goddamn B off of that. These motherfuckers' value is only at
Bungie got a new expansion coming out. Look, bro,
they are not about to get a B or 3 billion off of no goddamn expansion in no damn 11 days.
Why not? Why not?
Yo, they are not.
You laughing, but y'all niggas ain't giving me no information.
Wow. Oh, Classic. Absolute. Joey, thank you so much for sharing that. There's we'll put it up. That was actually on Joey's page there. So shout out to
awesome.
Joey. It is awesome.
Not so awesome is also another one, which is we are now seeing some of the people that were working at Compulsion, right? They're now looking for work. And again, I don't know, there's no official like they've been laid off or anything, right? But maybe you can take some guesses that might be the case. But there are people from Compulsion now looking for work. So
Yep. But let's end the show on a good note as you're wrapping up the last little thing here, which we appreciate everybody so much. And I'll see if I can find somebody we can send this to while we'll get Hargeet's thoughts on this. But so he's like, oh, Blade, didn't hear about Blade or anything like that. Well, the one and only the legend himself, Todd Howard, in a recent interview, made these comments. Hargeet, I'll let you read them, and they seem pretty positive.
Yeah. So Todd Howard on Marvel's Blade. I'm not at liberty to say when we'll see more, but I saw some stuff just yesterday. That was May 21st. And the folks at Arcane are doing a really, really great job. So yeah.
So that sounds pretty positive and like it's probably, still happening in the works, because some people were saying, oh, it's not going to happen now. It's all canceled. Yeah, not so fast, Home Skillet. I don't think that's the case at all. Hargeet, what do you mean? You're excited for Blade, right? I mean, and even the quote unquote the art style change, dude. I think it's gonna look cool. I mean, hell, it's a comic book, right? It doesn't have to necessarily look realistic.
Yeah. So, I like Arcane style games. There are a couple that were like okay. But so Redfall being one of the big ones that was kind of like it's okay. And then they had Prey, which I finished. Prey was it wasn't the one that was the best for me. I liked the Dishonored series a lot. I thought that those were great. And I have not had a chance to play Deathloop. Though I have it installed, I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. But it looked like it would be cool as well, right? Again, my kind of game. It looks like it would be a fun game. So I'm looking forward to what they do, assuming there's no other major news about Arcane. I'm hoping that this does come through. Again, I look at things differently than what Microsoft might, right? For me, oh boy, Home Skillet. It's been way too long since I heard that.
Sorry, I'm old. So there you go. Go ahead, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
But yeah, so I'm hoping this does go through. I know a lot of people. This is kind of the problem that happens. Is there's an expectation game of everything has to look like a Sony game, which I mean, even Sony games don't look that great, but it has to be a movie type cinematic experience. And I'm like, I don't want that though. I want a game. Like, what's wrong with a Dishonored looking game? That's a fantastic thing, right? And I get to do all these fancy powers, and I think that's fun. I would rather have that. And Blade is literally going to be like in Dishonored, you can zoom over to somewhere, right? He's literally a vampire. Like he's gonna be able to do those kind of things, and it's like that's what I want. I want that. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to stealth around. I want like that. That sounds great to me. But some people hate that. Some people don't want stealth. And it's like, well, cool. Don't play this game. This is for me. It's written for me. I like it. I want this. So I'm hoping that this goes through and that we'll get this release maybe next year after, whatever. I'm looking forward to it. Again, I've liked what they've put out, so I'm hoping it's just more in that vein. The story is the big deal. We did hear something about like, hey, the gameplay is still janky. I don't care, because the main part of it is the story has to work because it's Blade. It's an IP, right? So the story has to work, has to be acceptable to Marvel, aka Disney. And if that's all in place, I'm pretty sure they'll figure out the gameplay. I look, there's two ways to play, right? There's you make the game loop and you say, this is how it's going to play, and then I'll make a story on top of that, right? That's one way to go. Another one, if you have a studio that does good storylines, you make the story, and then you work the gameplay to match the story, right? And so I think they're doing that. They're just trying to make sure the story is what it should be, and then fit the actual gameplay to it. which is totally fine for me. I don't care. That's fine, right? So I'm hoping that's what's happening here. That maybe they need another year to cook, another year or two to cook. Fine, that's fine. Again, as it is right now, they have enough games. So just make the game the way it should be, and hopefully this isn't going to be budget breaking or anything like that. So we'll see what happens, right? But again, in the Asha world, I don't know what happens next. We'll find out. I hope everything is copacetic and they're going to continue to keep making it, because I again have liked Arcane Leon's games, so I'm hoping they continue. So let's see where they go. Good luck to the team, and hopefully I get to play this game sometime soon. And hopefully, I get to see more of it. Maybe at the Game Awards, or maybe even Tokyo Game Show or something like that. I'm open to whatever, right? So maybe next year we'll see it in June Showcase, right? Great, awesome.
Yeah, maybe.
I hope we get something. Of course, I'm also looking forward to Todd's game, Elder Scrolls 6.
Yep.
Hopefully that's coming soon. And that hopefully is not going anywhere, because Asha says she wants more of those. So
exclusive.
We'll be good with that. I would love that. I still think Asha should be making Fable exclusive. So Asha, if you're listening, make Fable exclusive. I don't care what the cost is. Make Fable exclusive. People want Halo, by the way. I don't disagree with that feeling. Halo feels like the one IP that should never be anywhere else but Xbox. But you know what? I get it. It's already done. It's coming out in a month. There's no way around that. I get it. Fine, whatever. And I know that's going to piss off people. It is what it is. That's been baked. It's going to be tough to pull that now. But Fable, you can do it. Just do it.
Well, let's read the chat. What did they say?
Why not? Why not?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree, man. I think the Blade should be at least a timed exclusive, if not full exclusive. But I understand if there's maybe some kind of writing in the agreement where it needs to be multiple places because it's a Marvel game. Maybe, I don't know. But Spider-Man's an exclusive, and they still haven't released that beast. Although at one time, we've heard that the Spider-Man was actually going to be coming to other platforms, and then they've had a change of heart in the last 6 months or so. But we'll see if it comes down to their desperation for money. Who knows? Of course, there's a lot of rumors out there. People that really want to go with it. There's a possibility that Sony is actually the Sony Corporation is actually setting themselves up where they can actually market and spin off and spin out of the PlayStation division. But who knows? Who knows? There are a lot of things they have done and changed recently. From giving up the rights to streaming games to their brand being I guess what's their high end brand of TVs? Is it Bravia? No, Sony. What is it?
Bravia is their TV brand. I don't know if they have a higher brand or not.
But that's now with TCL, right? Or TLC? TCL. Yeah. So yeah, and that's strange. What was the comment you wanted to read there?
Fable $80. I could see it. Ugh, I don't like it. Is Blade first person or third? From what I understand, it's third.
Yeah. So there you go. There you go. Well, I said there's a few more topics we could cover, but I think we need to probably wrap things up. It's been a great night. It's been a great show, and hopefully we'll have some guests on next week. It's just one of those things. Sometimes it's hard to get, especially with the summer and stuff, and it's people are getting out doing a lot of things with family. Luckily, Hargeet is a rock, and he is here for as often as he can. We greatly appreciate that. Hargeet always will never, ever take for granted you being here. So I appreciate you, sir, so much. Thank you so much. There we go.
Random commentator, member for 9 months. Thank you.
We appreciate that greatly. And we'll go around the horn, but it's just you and me. So we'll let you you can pull up your widgets there so you can talk about your let me remove that from the screen and let you talk about where they can reach out to you, where they can find you. You are reachable. It's just more through Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm H Chani on Discord, but yeah, as far as next thing, it'll be with Fonz, and then boom at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time on Tuesday and Wednesday, and hopefully this time we'll be on. I think last week we weren't on because it was Boom's anniversary,
Yes.
so we didn't have that show. And then with C Money and Doodle on Friday at 8 p.m. I actually don't know what's happening with that one because it's going to be July 4th, so I'll have to reach out and find out what's going on because that'll be July 3rd on Friday. But I don't know if they have like plans or whatever. And then there's July 4th, and we have the 5th, but I assume we're on the 5th.
Yes.
So we'll be on for Sunday, next week. So, but yeah, so
Yeah, we'll
4th of
definitely
July, since we won't actually
Happy
be
4th.
yeah, we won't be on before that. So for
Exactly.
those in the United States, happy 4th of July. Enjoy. It'll be our 250th anniversary for the United States.
Got big plans. It's gonna be
So
exciting.
so for everybody here, I hope you have an awesome 4th.
Nice.
Go America.
Amen.
250
Amen.
years. Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
So-
Heck yeah. I love it. I love it. Love it. Hargeet, thank you so much for everything you do. And so guys, thank you for joining us tonight. Please hit the like button if you don't mind on the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. We're on the road to 4K. That's we'd like to try and get the 4K this year if possible. We're getting closer. We do have another member chat from the one and only
All right.
Dave Reezy.
Dave Reezy, member for 24 months. I'd like to have a normal console release next generation, but still have Helix for the hardcore fans. I would definitely buy it. And I assume you mean like an S versus X type of situation. And yeah, I still think that's a good idea. The part that everybody's going to hate is the thing that they need to, take down is the amount of memory.
Mhm.
Literally what everybody complained about on the Series S. But if you do want it to get cheaper, it's going to have to be a low memory, low storage box.
Yep.
So we'll see. We'll see what they do. Up to Asha, right? We'll see.
Yep. At some point, she has to draw the line, as it were, so they can hold the line at our gaming consoles for the future. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. We do appreciate it, each and every one of you, for joining us. We will be here next week. Hargeet, I haven't thrown this out at you yet, but I'll throw it here live on the air. That August 22nd is a Saturday. And we'll see if you can maybe work that out. I'm still going to be on a Sunday show. Still going to do a Sunday show the day after. But that's particular Saturday, I'm thinking about doing maybe a mid-afternoon show, possibly, if you're up for it. You see if you could do it. And that way we might be able to get some of our friends from across the pond. Maybe like, not so Gaz, because he's got his own show. Shout out to Gaz Fonz and Zocker. Their show is absolutely fucking awesome. You guys definitely need to go over and subscribe to that. It is a great show. I love it. Friendly Fire. And they do get messy. I like it. I like it a lot. But then hopefully we'll try and get Jez on, and possibly King David as well, because it's a day that he might be able to make it. But that particular day will be my birthday. And we are going to have a big, the old man's going to bring out the big guns, and we're going to have some giveaways and all kinds of good stuff that day. So, but we'll talk about that a little more in the background. We'll see if we can make this all work. But I kind of wanted to give you a heads up, and it just popped in my head. So I thought, well, you know what? I better talk to you now. Nothing like putting you on the spot. I'm just kidding. Guys, thank you all so much for joining us here on the Gamers Council. See ya.
Game over.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back rib chili, baby back.